Got it. So you're like the Glenn.
Yeah,
Glenn was a good scavenger. Okay, I can
but
say.
I don't think I'd have the same power level as Glenn. I think I'd be like 0.8 Glens, at least right now.
Oh, I got you, because I do feel like you were starting to sell yourself short by just saying you're like the grunt, because I think you provide more than that.
Somebody's got to be the grunt, though, man. You know, I think about that. You ever have like Thanksgiving at your house instead of at your parents' house or like at your in-laws' house?
I have some holidays, but not Thanksgiving. But yeah, I'm with you.
So sometimes you end up with 20 family members in your house, but there's only like 8 things to do. So all of a sudden, as the tip of the spear, you're spending all your time trying to make work for people who are like, I can't just sit around. And you're like, okay, well, I don't know, put a napkin out at everyone's seat or something like that. Like, leave me alone. I got to check the temp on the turkey. So I always think about one time we had Christmas at our house, and my father-in-law was just on the couch watching Squid Game. And I was like, he's actually doing more than like 30% of the people here, because he's just out of the way, not asking, like, not worried about being perceived as not working. So he's trying to find something to do for himself, which is making more work for everybody else. He was just enjoying himself, which is what we wanted, man.
I have to say, out of all the analogies you've ever told, I think this is, maybe it's an American perspective, the most unrelatable, at least in my domain.
Really, you would be like, get off the couch, buddy.
No. If you're
they would all
hosting,
be on the couch, and you would be like,
yeah, you may have like 2 people be like, hey, what can I do to help? Everyone else is like, oh man, this football game. Hey, we got any snack? Like, it's just like the 2 people that offer to help. I'm like, I don't want to overload them. There's so much to do, but like, yeah, do you want to do this? And I like, it's really, Ryan. I'm really. It's not even a joke. It's not like that. At least, you know, it's usually like 2 to 3 people do everything, and 17 people are just there soaking it all up.
Dude, like every holiday I've ever been to, every family holiday, it's like people are pushing other people out of the way to be like, let me take that. Can I pull this out of the oven for you? I want to do the dishes. Can I dry the dishes for you? Like,
no, it's not, bro. Around here, that's called 1 in a million, man. Enjoy it. Like, you know, if people want to fold napkins, give them a whole stack. Just give me your laundry, man. I mean, anything, man.
That's crazy.
I mean, I think this is the rare scenario where we identified something that is like that. That would be, to me, completely bizarre. Amazing, but bizarre.
Maybe we don't have like a sports tradition on our holidays, because you guys, the Lions always play on Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah. So what do you guys watch on Thanksgiving? Nothing?
The Lions, but nobody cares. Really? Most Canadian football fans are like Bills fans, so.
But there's not like a CFL game, or there's nothing like.
No, I mean, we don't really have like a tradition like that. And then like Christmas is the NBA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, hockey doesn't really. They have like, there's Hockey Day in Canada, where like every team plays, I think, and they stagger the games. But I couldn't even tell you what day.
It's not like a holiday.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably like some day in February or something.
Yeah, I mean, brother. And I don't think that's like a family thing. Like, I have very nice family members. Like, they're gracious, they're not slobs, you know, that kind of stuff. But I just think it's a cultural thing.
It's interesting.
Like, yeah.
Because I'm definitely, I mean, because if you're steeped in the environment, I guess that's how you're likely to come up. But whenever I'm at like someone's house, I'm like, I have to do something. Whenever other people are at my house, I'm like, damn, sit your ass down.
But like when you ask to do when you ask to do something at someone else's house, are they like, oh no, we're good, we got it, or do they give you something to do?
I'd say it's like 70% they're like, we got it, 30% they're like, you can do, here's like a token task you can do so you feel included.
Like, what would that task be? That's like nuts. Like,
set the table, you know.
It's someone else's house?
Stir the gravy or something like that.
What?
The same way it's like crazy for you, it's crazy for me that you just have everybody like seated on the couch. And then you got like, what? Because Thanksgiving or Christmas, you got like 20 dishes on the go or something like that. You got 1 or 2 people in the kitchen managing the whole thing.
Yeah, brother. Like, you're my buddy, but you're not sticking your spoon in my gravy. That's
it's your spoon.
Yeah, it's my spoon. What do you don't touch my spoon and stir my gravy? That's my job.
That's crazy, man.
No, here's what happened. Here's how, at least American holidays on my side, and it's not just my side, but also my wife's side. So it's like 2 sample sizes, which I know is not very high, but like someone will bring, like you'll bring a dish, they'll slop it on the counter, like just drop it on the counter, and then it's TV time or socializing time, and like 2 or 3 people manage everything else.
I get it. You don't want too many people in the kitchen too. Which was actually like exactly my point. Like I was happy my father-in-law was on the couch. But there are like, one time we had Christmas at our house, and then like I can't remember what I had to do, but I had to like leave and do something. And when I came back, my in-laws had done all the dishes, and I was like, that's the dream. Those dishes must have taken like 45 minutes to an hour, and they knocked it out without even asking. Now, did they stack them a little weird? Put some of the stuff back, not where I would have put it back, but still, it was very nice of them to do, which I appreciated.
I do have to give a shout out to my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law always does that, and like I don't bank on it, but like if we host and there's cousins and aunts and uncles around, I'm like, okay, at least I know that when I go to the kitchen, like my mother-in-law's doing all the dishes. So but that's rare. That's a 1 in a million. But also, I would not. I don't care if she puts the glasses next to the forks. I'm just happy, man. Because I'm just telling you. But here's my thing: if you're at someone's house and they're like, "Yeah, stir the gravy," in your head, aren't you like, "Screw you, bud. It's your gravy. Like you're serving me."
No, man, no. Because like
that's what a host does. It's not peer to peer. They're hosting.
Yeah, but the burden of hosting is really high. Like I don't want to necessarily put a financial cost on it, but they're in the hole for hosting. Like it's their house. They got to do the cleaning. They had to tell everybody to be at the house at this time, move the cars around so that there's enough space for everybody's GMC Suburban to fit in the driveway or on the road. Like then since they're taking on such a burden willingly, you try to take a little bit of stuff to lighten the load to say like, I appreciate you hosting.
Yeah, but the way that we do that in America is you slop down like a dish and maybe like a bottle of wine or, a bottle of tequila. That's to me, that's the equalizer. You don't come empty-handed.
Of course, yeah.
But also when you're at the party, your hands better be empty unless it's with food.
Dude, can I say too?
Yeah.
We got to start bringing 12 packs of CZ. Like we have other parents over. And it's the social custom. I'm not upset by it. But they bring a bottle of wine. Kate and I basically don't drink. We've now become like the bank of wine. So it's good because when we go to like other people's house, we can be like, here's some wine.
Give.
But also like we're not like nobody's taking advantage of it. Like we're just passing. It's like the modern banking system. We're just passing ones and zeros back and forth, and nobody's actually sampling the nectar of life.
Wait, so if you're going somewhere and they don't have CZ, you guys bring your own CZ?
No, I would never. We would bring a bottle of wine,
really?
And then I would say, like, I'll have some water.
So would you bring wine would you ever consider wine and CZ?
No, because it's like, it's hard to broach the subject of being like, hey, I'm a serious adult, and then also being like, I'll have a soda. Like, they're two opposed values. So you got to kind of introduce it. You have to soft launch the CZ. Like maybe they come over to your house and you say like, hey, can I get you anything? There's that wine you brought. I've got Coke Zero. And then if they say, Coke Zero sounds nice, then you're like, my man.
So then when you go to their house, you'll be like, hey, subconsciously, I know you enjoyed that CZ. Here's a case for you. Yeah,
exactly. You were loving that CZ last time. Here you go.
Okay, I got you. I will say the caveat to the being rude at hosting, which I guess you would maybe consider being American. I don't ask to help with the food, but I'm a big garbage guy.
Oh, dude. Well, listen, my wife's watching right now, so we shouldn't say this. It's like the best chore. You just take the bag out, put it in the can, and then like once a week you move the can a little bit. And then you get one full chore's worth of credit for it, but it's not the same as doing the laundry. Let's put it that way.
But I'm saying at parties, that's to me is like if you want to climb the social ladder to go from like grunt to King Joffrey, in America, if you say, hey, like, oh, you don't, and you just do it, you don't ask, you take out the garbage, you come back to a king's ransom. At least that's my experience. Because I know no one else is gonna do that. So when I do that, it's like you get double down exponential brownie points.
And it's like Power Wash Simulator, because you're like, it starts really messy, and then as you clean, it gets better and better.
So that's what I will say. That's my typical way to help a host outside of bringing something. But outside of that, man,
Dude, you know what I miss about the 90s, and some people are probably still rocking this. I'm not passing judgment. When you'd have like a lot of people over, eat on all disposable flatware, and then just put your arm on the table like the coin pusher, just slide it into the trash, and then you're like, job's done, bro. Job's done.
Brother, if there's a kids table and we're hosting and there's a kids table, that's what they're not touching any plates, forks,
well, dude, you got these environmentally friendly chipboard forks. The forks they're compostable, but they can't go straight into the compost, so you got to wash the fork, then you got to put it in the compost, and you're like, why do we have a disposable fork that I have to wash? I've got perfectly good forks in the drawer that I could have just given them.
Wait, you don't I mean, I'm sure your chat's gonna roast me. You don't go paper plates and plastic forks for the kids table?
For a birthday party, for sure. Yeah. But
okay, all right, okay.
Because I mean, you're busy enough, right? Like, that's the one day a year you get the arm on the table cleanup job. But
yeah, just throwing it into the slop fill. The other day we were driving, and my youngest son goes, "Dad, where does garbage go?" And I'm like,
Don't worry about it.
I was explaining him the process of a landfill. It's like they take a big area, they dig out all the dirt, and they throw it in the hole, and sometimes they burn it. And he looks at me and goes, no one invented anything better than that. I'm like, no, son.
It is kind of crazy. Like, is there a reason they can't like compact it before they put it in the landfill? Like, we have trash compactors?
It's like that's what toilets used to be. You dig a hole and you throw the excrement in it. And we're still doing that with garbage. How come we don't have like garbage plumbing that does all that stuff?
Now, you ever think about that? Like the one bank statement you didn't shred that you just threw in your garbage can 7 years ago? You're like, man, I really hope the ink faded off that thing before the scavengers picked the landfill clean.
I don't know. I feel like trash compacting, because then you're walking around with a bunch of Minecraft blocks, right?
Yeah, Wall-E style.
Can you throw those into the, if you throw those into a landfill, does it fill the crevasses? You know what I mean?
I think it would be compressed, right? So it would take longer to fill the landfill, at least.
Speaking of Minecraft, though, let's do this jump, and then I saw my first Jack Black movie, and I have to say,
that's your first Jack Black movie, Minecraft.
Yes.
See, that I could see now. Your 1-star review of it makes a lot more sense.
Outside of Mario, which I don't count because it's just a voice,
sure,
but
yeah.
I was shocked that 100% of the scenes he was in was like a middle school thespian, over the top. Oh, it's flint and steel, it's hands, it's Aquaman. It's like there was no natural, normal dialogue. Like, and I'm not everything was right. Hand explosions, big face, and I'm like, what? Is this every movie he's in?
I would like to say I completely understand where you're coming from. That's Jack Black distilled. It was like your first time sipping alcohol and you had Everclear. And you're like, people drink this? When you're like, well, not really. Like maybe once, as like to break things up a little bit. But most of the time you're getting something that's a little bit more subtle than that. Not a lot more subtle than that, but a little bit more subtle than that.
But how do you, here's the thing, if you're only used to drinking Everclear, right? Like, how do you ever go back?
You probably just say, I'm sober for the rest of my life, maybe.
Because it was distracting to me.
I think that's fair. I mean, the Minecraft movie, I think it's not a good movie at all. I think what it is like, you do like a long run from time to time.
Yeah.
This happens to me on the bike maybe like once a month. You get 80% of the way through the exercise, and in the last 20%, your brain is just like Skittles would taste so good right now. Or like just like a liter of orange juice would hit the spot like so good right now because your blood sugar is getting so low. That's what Minecraft was. Minecraft was like eating just the icing and throwing the cake in the garbage.
Okay. So that makes a little more sense. I will say my 1-star review of Minecraft movie on Letterboxd, I stand by this. It's the worst movie I've ever seen that I've stayed in the theater for, but also a really fun movie experience.
Yeah, it wasn't boring, that's for sure.
No, but it was like the worst movie, and I don't know if I had a little bit of. So I remember I told you about my real life +2 and the F250. I had a real life -2 at the Minecraft movie theater.
No.
So I'm hyped. It's like a Sunday. It's like a Sunday at a random time. The theater is packed. It's still packed. I'm like, okay, man. This is why we're here, right? Like. I'm telling my sons before, like they've been laughing about chicken jockey. They still don't know what it is. And so I'm anticipating the moment. I don't know what it's, and I'm like, okay, guys, when you see, this is the only part I know. Like when you see like the wrestling ring, it's going to happen. Okay. So I'm waiting. The wrestling ring shows up. I lean over to my son. Hey, he's about to say it. My other son, he's about to say it. And so like, I'm like priming them. I'm like, all right, boys, like get ready. Like this is the moment. Jack Black comes on. He utters and I yell chicken jockey. My sons look at me like I'm crazy, and no one else in the theater said chicken jockey. I was -2 embarrassment and disappointment because that's the whole reason I wanted to see the movie, and it didn't happen.
You were the only guy who said chicken jockey?
And there's kids in there. I don't know what it was. I'm like, I told my sons to like let them know this is the moment, and they left me out there too and looked at me.
Oh man, that's so good.
But that's like when you saw Minecraft, didn't you hear at least a couple people say
everybody but us, it seemed like, shouted chicken jockey at the screen.
So that was my Minecraft movie.
There were probably some people in there who were like, I've been waiting a month and a half for the hype to die down to take my kids to see Minecraft so I didn't have to deal with chicken jockey. And wouldn't you know it?
So it was a fun experience though.
That is actually so good though. And so when the lights came up, did you get out of there like ASAP?
I just tanked it.
Yeah. Like only the people within like 10 people of you knew it was you. You know what you should have done? You should have right after that been like, who said that? Then on the way out, people would have been like, hey, thanks for standing up for the rest of the crowd.
I was expecting the theater on a Sunday midday to not even be packed. So when I saw it was packed, you can only imagine my anticipation, which made the sting hurt even more.
Man, for sure. Like that's when I saw Avengers Endgame Thursday at midnight, and then the dude behind me had the Thanos glove, where every 5 minutes when he'd reach in for popcorn, I would hear. Until eventually the dude next to him was like, hey, can you turn your glove off? If that dude, when Captain America grabbed Mjolnir and proved that he was worthy enough to hold it, if that dude hadn't stood up and clapped, I would have felt betrayed. So I can put myself in your shoes 100%.
Wait, do you remember, I know it's a long time ago, the guy wearing the Thanos glove, approximate age?
Probably like a rough 38 at the time.
How tall?
Tall. Probably like 6'2", 6'3".
Okay, so if I see that guy, I'm not telling him to turn his glove off, man.
You could have taken him though.
All right. Didn't you say? Because I mean, I know we talked about this maybe 5 years ago. Didn't you say you teared up in that movie?
Dude, it's an emotional moment. I'll tell you something like, and this is the same way I teared up in Endgame. Two things. First off, I cry almost every movie that I watch, especially since having a kid, even if it's not emotional. And
Okay.
secondly, I 100% cry anytime I see any variant of live theater. And the reason is, and it doesn't fully make sense to me yet, I'm still grappling with it. At some point, they sing a song with choreography and the sets are moving and stuff like that. And something in my brain just goes, this bitch was a lot of work. And they got it done. Look at this. They spent 6 months practicing this set piece right here. They had practices 2 times a week, dress rehearsals. People were like practicing in the mirror at home and stuff like that. Like there's a 1,000 moving parts that are all meticulously timed. And look at this. They only get 1 or 2 cracks at it and they nailed it. And I just like, it makes me emotional because I'm like, they did it. The madmen, they did it.
So, as someone who experienced a Disney cruise with you and also 3 live theater shows,
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast, caught. You got me. When the little teapot or the little kid goes, "Mama, mama," like, okay, I got some tears
And
there.
it's messed up. The witch should not have turned the kid into a broken teacup. The kid didn't do anything wrong. The beast betrayed her. She could have just turned the beast in, like the dude, into the beast, but instead she said, "No, this like 6-year-old kid, you're a cup now." How does that make it? And you're supposed to be like, yeah, he was an evil guy. He got what was coming to him. The kid didn't do anything wrong, and they turned him into a teacup with a little chip missing.
I'm with you. I mean, I had some waterworks going, but the Golden Mickeys, you cried during the Golden Mickeys?
Probably the first time, but now I've seen it like 8 times. So I'm just like, Here we go. Here's Tim Allen.
Okay.
And then some of the ships, they don't have Tim Allen. They have Bob Iger instead, the CEO of Disney, and he's talking to Ensign Benson, and you're just like, the timing's it's not quite right because it's a video versus a real person. But
wait, so then you were being a good sport when I'm like, hey, do you want to see the Golden Mickeys? But you've seen it like 8 times.
I go every
you just came
time, but like,
okay.
yeah, I wasn't going to see it just because of you. I was going to see it because it's Golden Mickey's night. But
okay, all right. Should we make this jump before people in chat melt out?
All right. Not this one, but next one.
Okay. No, I'm with you. Like,
well, not this one. Not this one then. Because you got something to say.
Like there's a lot of times, man. I think it's right.
This
Maybe
one,
like when you had. Okay, go.
Ah!
Nice.
Oh. I think if you asked chat what are our odds on that one, they would have been like about 12%. 12% you make it.
I was gonna hit you with the 10. Yeah, we did it. All right, this one. This should be easy, right? We just got to keep it moving. Close.
I think we definitely got to stay. Yeah, we move like that. That's for sure.
Okay.
It'll be like, let's practice in our heads. It would be like, go, wait, go, 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 and then, yeah, okay. Okay.
I'm ready for your go. Well, just move closer to me, though. I'm just worried you're going to walk off the edge. Yeah, there you go. Okay.
So not this one, and not the next one. But not this one. Next one. After the next one, I'll say go.
Okay.
Go. 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 And go.
Cinema. Okay.
Easy. Easy.
Okay. This one. This is 3, 2, 1. We go together.
Yeah, I like that. 3, 2, 1, go.
Not a checkpoint? Okay, we got to pay attention here. Where are we moving to?
Russian roulette.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh! That's tough.
That is tough. We're all the way back.
That's a tough one.
Okay.
Oops.
I do find myself crying way more often, or at least not like bawling, but like tears in the eyes, and
Yeah.
but like kind of sometimes proud tears in the eyes. Like you see your daughter running, and you're like, man, it's gone by really fast. And
Yeah,
you know,
man. My daughter had a concert this week, and I was tearing up the whole time.
like a spring concert for school.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, those are you better slip a few Kleenex in the pocket, brother.
And my parents were there too, so it's 3 generations of emotions.
In life, I mean, that's like they're looking over your shoulders, you're looking over your shoulders to your daughter. I mean, it's like,
Yeah. That's what it's all
That is
about,
life.
man. And I was also like, I say this to Chad all the time. You learn more about yourself when you have a kid. Like during the performance, my kid was like, there's like 2 classes singing, and she was enthusiastic for her songs. But then when they were sitting down, she was also like lip syncing the songs from the other class, and I was like, that's my girl right there. That would have been me. I would have been like, the older kids are like missing their cues. Here's how I would have done it.
yeah, no, and then whoa.
Look at that.
So then you get like the double concert, right? Because I mean, don't judge me, but when my kids, similar thing, they're in a concert and there's multiple classes. If they're not singing, I'm kind of like, I'm really trying to enjoy it. I'm like, oh, this, there's a lot of people worked hard on this, but I'm also looking at the program. I'm okay, like,
Well, yeah, because it turns out they're not your kid. First graders are not great at singing songs, right? Like, you don't see a lot of first graders on American Idol. Yeah. It's for the parents. Yeah. And so the kids learn how to, follow instructions, I guess. But the concert's for the parents. Next one.
Bro,
Next one.
one of my kids, their class sang "What a Wonderful World," and I'm like, man, they're baiting the parents with this. They knew what they were doing, man. It's like they were reverse engineered tears.
Did they hit the Louis Armstrong voice, or was it like when there's a commercial that tries to guilt you into donating to charities, so they just go, the colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky. They didn't have one kid going, the colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky. I say, how do you do?
No, they didn't even need to get to the main stanza, man. It was already waterworks in the joint.
I don't think I've heard that song outside of the context of a funeral, to be honest with you.
What a Wonderful World.
Yeah.
With the hand motions too, they got.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a production, man. But I would prefer like, and then oldest sons, they had a song from. Have you seen Wild Robot?
No, not yet. It's on the list though.
Oh man, that is a 5-star banger.
What would you say is like
you're
the chicken jockey of Wild Robot?
There isn't. It's not that. It's honestly, I think it's a parents' movie disguised for kids.
Okay.
But the kids love it. I mean, it's just a good movie. But they sang a song from that, and now I can't hear the Spotify version because it's instant waterworks. So you don't think of Wild Robot now. You think of your kids singing it with the hand motions and.
Dude, that was me with that Sarah McLachlan song from Toy Story 2.
I Will Remember You?
No, When Somebody Loved Me. It's about a toy that got thrown away when the kid got bored with it.
Is that Woody?
No, it's Jessie. But
Oh,
all the toy ever the toy. Her whole world was her owner, bro. And then she didn't get played with for like 10 years because her owner became a teenager. And you're like, that's pretty sad. Then one day the owner picks her up and Jessie's so happy. She's like, that's my best friend again. We're going to be friends. She puts her in a box, drives her to the middle of nowhere and drops the box off on the side of the road and drives off, man. That's not okay. You can't be doing that.
right. I'm really not. I don't want to drive the stake into your heart here, but you know that's a metaphor for
dude.
Kids. Where the parents that
exactly
get stuck in the box. They're not. And when they hit 18, you think toys, parents. I'm not talking to them. Ew, gross.
Yeah, but when they hit like 25, though, all of a sudden it's like, Dad, I need help with the down payment or something. And then who's laughing?
You're like, down payment here. You got the keys to the YouTube channel, sweetie. Good luck.
Here's some CZ. That's how Dad did it.
Here's the CZ and a microphone. No webcam. You want to tell jokes? There you go.
You think that Tony was out of line for taking away Meadows' Discover card for 3 weeks when that kid OD'd at her mom's house smoking Fent on the hardwood floor? Don't even get me started on Livia Soprano. It took so much work to get her into the retirement home. Okay, so then she has a medical thing. She's got to go to the nursing unit. And then Janice is like, well, we can take you home now because you don't like the retirement home. And she's like, actually, I want to go back to Green Grove. Are you serious? You just make up your mind, lady. It's insane.
Bro, I don't say the word. I don't say the word, but and I think she won a not an Oscar, an Emmy. But Livia Soprano is as close to I would ever call a see you between Monday and Wednesday. Like she plays that character better than Nurse Ratched and Nurse Ratched. I mean,
she's like Joffrey, right? Like I think if I don't know if she's still around, but I think if I saw her in person, I would immediately be revolted, and then I would have to remember, like, oh, the actress isn't the character.
Oh man, I haven't seen that series in 20 years, but my skin still crawls, man. Like,
she's lucky she's alive, man, and she's talking about like I wish I was dead. Oh my God.
This toast.
It makes me sick to even think about it, man.
I mean, I think I don't know. I don't want to get into it, but like, imagine. I know some people probably have Olivia Soprano in their life, but at that point, like, I'm just like, here.
Give me the pillow, man. Yeah.
See that light socket? Yep.
And then she's like, I wish I was dead. And they're like, well, do you want us to sign this DNR? And she's like, my kids are trying to kill me. Literally like 2 episodes ago, your kid tried to kill you. But now they're trying to there's a medical ethics issue and you refuse to engage with it.
And then you got the Leach sisters always just trying to get your money from the bada bing. So you're dealing with the sister, you're dealing with the mom. They're both terrible. And all you want to do is go hang out with the boys and eat some ziti.
It's crazy that you knew 2 Parvatis before I even knew one.
What do you mean?
Because Janice is Parvati, at least as of right now in the show, she's Parvati.
Oh, yeah. It's true.
Because she was living in California, a.k.a. Seattle.
Is that where they filmed it?
No, they just keep saying, didn't you live in California for a while? And then she's got to go, Seattle, actually.
Oh. Did they film it in New Jersey? I feel like they filmed it on the East Coast.
It looks like the East Coast.
All right, this is our moment. Ready to go on this one?
Yeah. 100%.
Okay.
100%.
Boing. Nice.
Go. Huge.
Nice. Do you want to? Yeah. Okay. Get your foot up. Let's get a little closer. Yeah. Like you walk a little bit towards me. Just I don't want you to move. Yeah. Thrust mass towards me. Okay.
All right. Let's go.
Wait. So do you bang out an episode a day?
Usually it depends because they vary. But usually it's like an episode and a half.
Do you ever?
They're like 50 something minutes long each. So.
Do you ever go extra long on the Peloton because you want to finish the episode?
No time.
You just cut it.
No time.
Got it.
It's like I watch till the 90's done, then I'm out. But I'm making good time. Like tomorrow's a 180, so I probably watch a movie and then like an episode and a half or something like that.
And I know you trained your body, but what time do you wake up to bang that one out?
Usually like 4:25.
And you're on the bike by 4:45 or 4:30?
Like 5.
Okay. You have a little.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Waking up at 5:15 and then getting on the bike by 6. That's every day, bro. Like that's normie core now. Mm-hmm. Waking up at 4:25. That's the day where I'm like, that's rough.
Give me the Skittles.
I do have probably maybe 1,000 calories of maltodextrin on the ride. But then Then it's done. You don't have to think about it.
What is like you eat during the ride, or you're saying you're burning it?
Well, you put the powder in the water bottle and shake it up.
Wait, so you consume 1,000 calories while you're burning 1,000 calories?
No, it's probably like 720 or something like that.
That you burn or
No,
eat?
that you eat, and then the burn would probably be like 1,800.
Oh, geez.
But it's not about the calories in, calories out. It's about like you got to fuel on the bike so that you don't like end up in a coma for the rest of the day.
Got it. So you're still wait. Do you think you're in a calorie deficit daily?
No, I've gained like 7-8 pounds this year
Of muscle or of fat?
of fat for sure. I'm eating so much granola.
But if you're burning 1,800 a day, like you're cooking.
Yeah, I'm eating a lot of granola.
So that's kind of good. So it's a good trade-off. So you feel full and you're like eating way more than you should, but you're burning more than you should. So it's a net. So you get the enjoyment of eating a lot without the negatives of it.
I think that's my life philosophy is you engage in the hedonism to some extent, and then you grind through the karmic cost. You don't try to skirt the karmic cost. What would the
karmic cost in this situation?
So I say this, everybody's on their own journey. Different things work for different people. Okay? I think that a diet where you try to enjoy the food but avoid the karmic debt is like the Atkins diet, where you're like, check it out. I can eat as much bacon as I want. As long as I never eat lettuce, like I'm chill. That to me is like, excuse the messy metaphor, it's like having your cake and eating it too.
Mm-hmm.
My philosophy is more like, I enjoy eating the ice cream, so I'm going to eat the ice cream, and then I'll pay the ice cream maker back at 5:15 in the morning tomorrow.
So you pay the piper to dance. You're not skirting the piper and trying to get into the club for free.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying, hey, Piper, play me a song, and then he calls me back tomorrow and I change my number. Because then I think, I don't think you can do that forever. I think you can pay the cost forever because, like, if you're like, oh, the cost is getting too much, then you're like, oh, I'm going to stop having so many songs. Like right now, I'm like, I've gained maybe 7-8 pounds this year. I'm like, I should probably eat less ice cream. So what do? It's rate differentials. You cut your ice cream down 20%, wait 2 weeks, see what changes, and then maybe you up this and you cut that, and you're it's like a grade 10 chemistry experiment. Like we're buffering, we're doing a titration here.
So unlike tomorrow, you said you got a 180 tomorrow.
Yeah.
How are you smashing a gallon of ice cream at night?
No.
How much ice cream are you smashing?
I'm like a go to the parlor, get a scoop sort of guy.
Oh, but you're going multiple times a week if you're...
Two times a week, I would say. 2 times a week.
So you know what it sounds like? And it's kind of hitting me for the first time? You're life maxing.
That's what I think so, yeah. I think that's true.
That's interesting. You're like doing everything. And I wouldn't say not paying a consequence, because the consequence is you're waking up at 4:20 and you're working your tail off. But the benefits are ice cream twice a week, and there's no negative.
Handfuls of granola every time I go to the pantry. It's tough. It adds up, man. That's why I think it depends on your philosophy about life. Do you think that life is like the sum total of your life is your Wikipedia page? It's like 8 notable events, and if they're good, then you're like, I did my job. Maybe so. I've thought about that for a time, but now I'm like, I think the sum total of my life right now is like, how much am I enjoying every single day in a sustainable way, so that I can keep that up as long as possible.
Bro, there's nothing. You go in the pantry and you're like, I shouldn't have this handful of granola, but you don't have that. You're like, I'm gulping it because you earned it.
I still have it. I'm like, I don't need this granola, but I'm like, I'm gonna eat it anyway.
Because you paid the piper.
Because I want to. And then I pay the piper.
Yeah. No, that's interesting, man.
I don't think I got it all figured out, but I think I've got a model that's working better for me than a model from 5 years ago. It's better than the model of yeah, I don't really care about like my health. And then like all of a sudden you're struck with like the lightning bolt of like, wait, I'm fat. I need to lose 30 pounds in the next 2 months. And then like, you know, like week one of an insane diet, you're like, I could probably do this for the rest of my life. And then like week two, you're like licking seasonings like right out of the spice rack and stuff like that. Like that just, you can't be doing that for your whole life. That's insane.
Got it. So
I had
so
like
before,
like 15 years of that, and like it just if it worked, I wouldn't have been doing it anymore.
So before, like, say we were riding like 5-6 years, you were tanking the ice cream and granola. You were going to the club without paying the piper.
Yes, I was
Got
like,
it.
that's the next guy's problem. You know what I did, and this is another lens at which I look through life. And again, I don't think I have it all figured out. I think it's helpful. People are not going to like this. I think it's helpful to be realistic and like stop thinking of yourself as like a young kid. Like stop being like, I'll lose weight when the doctor tells me I have to lose weight. It's like, you know, now's the time. You're 36 years old, or I was like 32. It's time to like act like a 32-year-old. It's not time to be like, look, I'm still 21. I can eat chicken tenders for dinner. Like you just, the longer that goes on for, you pay more of a tax on it every single year.
So when you made that decision at 32 to grow up, did you know that you'd be talking about drinking urine at age 36, 4 years later?
I think that's aura too, though.
No, I get. So you had was there a moment when you're like, all right, this is enough. I got to start working out.
Well, I think I may have told you before, but like
the glaucoma.
Not the glaucoma, but that was due to blood pressure, I'm sure, so it didn't help. But like I caught a reflection of myself in the elevator mirror, and I was like, my gut was sticking out, and then I was like, well, that's just how everybody looks. Now watch what happens when I suck it in, and then I sucked it in, and it didn't move at all, and I was like, that's a bad sign, because like. I think when you have a gut, when you're sucking it in as much as you can, you're like, I can't even lie to myself anymore. And you can lie to yourself for a long time.
Wait, and not to like gut shame you, but like, what were you pounding back then?
Like food wise?
Yeah.
I was just eating a lot.
I mean,
like Thrustmaster wise?
I hope there's only one answer to the other question.
It could have been weight too. Like,
okay, yeah.
Well, I don't, it's just like, you know how it is. Like, you know, you eat our dinners were like not unhealthy, but then like my wife eats like half her dinner and she's like, do you want this? And I'm like, no. And then a minute later, I'm like, give me that. And then like complete sedentary lifestyle and then drinking a couple times a week and it adds up.
Okay. No, I got you. Well, it's interesting that it was like a reflection.
Yeah.
That was it. Kind of like life's a mirror.
That's true, man. That's true.
All right. You want to make it through roulette?
It's so doable.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Ready? Go. Go.
Sorry. My phone was ringing. Okay,
you know this one? My phone is ringing. It's my friend who's calling. I hope he wants to come and play with me.
What is that?
That was my kid when she had like one of those assisted walking toys that teaches you how to walk. That was like the song that played when she hit one of the buttons.
Skip that one.
Pretty good, man. It's pretty good. Every once in a while, we'll be in like the toy section of a store, and they'll have it, and I hit the button just to like bring me back. One day I'm gonna go, and they're gonna have like changed the voice or something, and I'm gonna crash out. I'm gonna like fall to my knees in the aisle.
Speaking of changing voices, are you Android or iPhone?
I'm an Android user.
Oh, they changed the voice of Siri.
That. Oh. Android users spotted. Oh, green bubble.
It's not Siri anymore.
Really? What does it sound like?
It's a dude.
Is it the AI guy who always introduces the videos of the dumb criminals? This criminal was spotted leaving a 7-Eleven in Dallas, Texas at 11:51 a.m.
That's exactly who it is. I'm like, can I just have Siri back? Like,
You
how do they
use
just
Siri?
when I'm driving and like yesterday, my son's like, "What, Dad? What major league team had the best record of all time?" I'm like, "I don't know. I
Mariners,
think
bro.
I don't know. I think the Yankees. Let me ask Siri." And it's
Siri
not
went,
Siri.
The 2000 and 2001 Seattle Mariners had a 137 win season.
It was the Mariners and Cubs, but they didn't tell us the record. What was the Mariners' record?
I don't know, honestly.
116?
That doesn't even seem that good, man. They still lost 46 games.
That's insane. They play 162 games, and probably 40% of them are with their slop team.
Yeah, but isn't like in the NBA, isn't the record like 73 wins on an 80-game season or something?
Yeah, but they also did. Was that the Warriors or the Bulls?
I thought the Thunder said it this year.
No. The Thunder said it this year?
I thought so. Apparently
I thought
not.
it was.
Apparently I don't know what I'm talking about.
The Warriors got 70 wins. I don't know if they broke the Bulls record though, right? I don't.
Warriors 2016 apparently. This doesn't look right, man.
They did break it. 9 losses.
That still seems like a lot to me. Because like the Dolphins and the Patriots, I mean, they only lost once.
No, Dolphins went undefeated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought Dan Marino never won a Super Bowl.
He didn't. It was like
Greasy?
the 70s. Yeah.
Bob
Which like
Greasy?
I got an issue with that.
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
I think you can enjoy the stick without the ick. Meaning like they can celebrate every year, but I don't like the fact that they celebrate when a team loses.
I think
You know
that's
what I mean?
sick, though. I think I
don't.
I think it's a cool tradition. Why don't you?
It's
Why
like
don't you
you're
like
right.
it? Why don't you like it?
Because it's like someone right now in chat being like, I hope they break this glass. That's
Yeah.
but they're 80 years old in a retirement home. It's like, man, dude, don't you want to see the next torch be passed? You just want to die with it?
I think we need more haters, to be honest.
Why?
I think we have a more positivity is good, but I think we have a lot of people with hate in their heart pretending to be positive, and I find that level of artifice spiritually offensive.
Well, I don't
Like
think
when if you hate a movie, I hate when people say something like you can tell that they're seething. They're like, this is the worst movie I've ever seen. I think that this movie being popular is bad for society. But they're like, well, I could see how somebody would enjoy it. And I'm not trying to say that if you enjoyed it, you're stupid. And also, if you're like a kid, I could see how it might be like your favorite movie of all time. But for me, it just didn't do what I wanted it to do. Like, I would prefer if they were like, because you don't have to, we have this idea now that every single person needs to have the edges rounded off of their opinions as if they speak for all entire communities. Whereas I think it's unrealistic. You're only responsible for your own opinions. Your opinions, especially on something inconsequential like media, can be extreme, and I won't be offended by it at all because I don't think that your opinion impinges on my opinion whatsoever. You don't have to speak as if you represent the entire community of people that are watching movies and like, oh, if a book reader reads this, they're going to think all movie watchers are jerks. Like you're one guy. You take all the one guys, add them together, sum their opinion, and that's the community speaking.
all I gotta say is base plus 20,000. But you know how you do that? You hit the movie with a half star on Letterboxd.
That's true. I can't remember the last time I gave something higher than a 4.5 or lower than a 2. But partly that's just because I don't watch movies that are like obviously awful most of the time. But
all right, I got a real life scenario for you that happened, and I haven't made a moral decision, but
Okay.
I'm gonna lean on you as moral guidance on this one. Okay.
okay.
So I was purchasing a trading card on eBay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I clicked on the photo and the photo looked a little blurry. So we negotiated a price on eBay. I'm like, hey, like photo looks a little blurry. And the guy's like, oh, I just have a bad scanner. I'm like, okay, whatever. So the card gets delivered, and I'm looking at it, and look, you got to know, man, to spot a fake, you don't have to be a genius. I'm like, this is not real.
I don't think you
right?
put like a real good card in the scanner either. Like, isn't that?
I mean,
the light is
like
so strong. Doesn't it like impact the card?
I mean, I don't think so, but it's like a fairly, like, it's a pretty good card, but it's fake. It's just flat out fake. So I respond to him like, hey, remember, like had some question on the scan, like, this is fake. And I didn't say you knew it was fake, but I'm just like, hey, this is fake. And basically, like, if you know nothing about cards, Ryan, if I showed you this card, you'd be like,
Like the stock is all wrong.
You just know.
The
You
ink
would know.
isn't right. They're not using premium ink.
Yeah, but like on the picture, I gave him the benefit of the doubt because I'm like, okay, maybe it's just a blurry photo, whatever. So then he's like, okay, I'll refund you, but return the item and don't leave a bad review. And to me, the moral judgment is, what kind of review do I leave? And he's going to get this card back and probably try and sell it again to someone. And if I can prevent someone from going through this hassle and or thinking that it's real, don't I need to leave a negative review? But I don't ever leave negative reviews for anything, ever, at any time.
Me personally, I understand because I go to like restaurants and I want to either put them on blast or I want to give them their flowers, but I don't want my identity associated with the review, right? Because like I'm not worried the restaurant's going to like come to my house and like break my knees, but I am worried that like someone in chat might be like, hey, nice 5-star review of this place or something like that. It's just, I don't want it. What I might do in that situation is I understand your moral compulsion, accept the refund, send the product back, and report for like selling misleading goods or like a misleading listing or something.
Right.
Because the review is public, but the report is fake, or not fake, but anonymous. And then if they don't take action, well, I think you did what you had to do. And if if they take action, then good, even better.
But let me ask you this: say that he takes his card, relists it, someone buys it and gets scammed, but they go to look at the reviews, and not one person ever said, "Hey, this guy sold me a fake card." You know what I mean? Like if I'm buying a card and I see a red review and it says he sold me a fake card, I'm clicking off.
Of course, no, I agree. That's why reviewers are heroes.
So that's the thing. So you would not you just wouldn't leave any kind of review.
I mean, I think if you could leave a review pseudonymously, like not connected to your sale, your purchase of the product, then that's a different thing. I mean, I think the right thing to do is leave a negative review, but I probably wouldn't be comfortable doing it.
Yeah, me neither. But I also don't want anyone else to go through this.
I think the report is good.
All right.
And then just make up something in the report. Be like, he put like a knife in the letter. So that the AI that reviews the reports is like, violence spotted, no human being has to look at this, account terminated.
All right, let's get to we have to beat Russian roulette on this one.
100%.
Okay.
100%. You ready?
Yeah.
Here it is.
Nice.
That's a good idea. Positive review calling it out. This guy was really good about refunding me on this fake card he sold me.
I actually
get away! You're too close.
I could wrap my head around that. Bad card, good refunder. All right,
ready?
I'll wait for your call.
Go. 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 And just, there you go. Okay.
Okay, let's chill for a second here. How do we want to... Do you want to be the back guy or you want to be the front guy?
I feel more comfortable being the back guy, to be honest.
Okay, me too. Okay, good. So then as it's going from like 7 to 6 o'clock, we'll both go through at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, that's probably the best. That makes
Okay.
sense to me.
Okay.
The only thing I will say is I think we don't know
What
if
time
the
it's gonna be.
timing will be right for it to be at 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I'm going to jump on it, and we'll send it.
Okay.
3,
Okay.
2, 1, go.
Nice. Okay. So I'm just gonna follow your lead here. When you go, I go.
I think it's going to be this one, and we got to go a little faster.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Well,
What's
this has got to be a checkpoint. Oh.
Go. Go.
3, 2, 1, go. Oh!
Well, that's good, man. Oh. I feel good, man.
Dude, it looks like we got a long way to go. I didn't even want to think
Are we going
about
up?
it. I think so.
I don't think. Are you looking up? I see the 3 red apples,
Yeah.
and I'm looking down. Well, we've definitely traversed more land than there is left to go. Wouldn't
Actually, you know
agree?
what? You might be right. We might be like halfway based on what we're seeing right here. I'm just worried we're going to get on top of this like building here, and then it's going to be like an elevator that takes us up to like through the cloud line, and then there's like a whole other game up there.
I don't think it's that long of a game, but we'll have to wait until next time. One final question, dude. I went to look at I think the glass video you put up, and what's with all the bot comments,
Dude, it's crazy. Like I posted a sponsored video yesterday, and one of the asks was like a pinned comment that was like, "Here's a link to the game." So I published the video, clicked on the video, and went to leave a comment. So this was like 4 seconds, right? Because the comment is copy pasted. By the time my comment posted, there were 7 comments already that were like, I'm always inspired by your Worms videos and their subject matter and stuff like that. Like it was, so for once I was there looking at the comments, so I went like hide user, hide user, hide user, hide user, hide user, and stuff like that. But like it's crazy how fast they hit, man.
And what's the end game that you click on the avatar and it leads to their YouTube?
I think if you're really stupid, you go, whoa, a hot lady leaving nice comments on this video. Sure, I'll investigate her profile, and then like either my guess is that you click on the avatar, go to their channel, and then there's like they funnel you into like a send me some crypto, or maybe you send them a message or something, and they're like, hey, you're cool, send me some crypto.
Oh no, dude. Oh, I know. We're gonna wrap in a minute. I have to tell you a heartbreaking story real quick. I had to return something. Do you ever order? If you order something on Amazon, you can take it to UPS.
Yeah.
And they like do everything for you. This one they took me to Staples, so I'm like, fine, I'll go to Staples. I go to Staples, and I don't know how it got. Oh, so I'm walking into Staples. There's this older guy with a laptop walking in, and he just starts like yelling. So something's not all right. But it's like, hey, look, I was getting updates from Norton Antivirus telling me to send him money, so I wanted to bring it in. And I'm like, and I told the guy, I'm like, hey, you're doing the right thing. You didn't send any money. He's like, yeah. I'm like, and then they're like, come over. And then the lady at the cashier tells me, she goes, this is more common than you think. I go, what do you mean? She goes, we just had a regular, which I guess there's regular at Staples.
Okay, that's funny. to have someone describe a Staples customer as a regular is really funny.
Because you're about to cry. She's like, we have this regular comes in. She's a sweet old lady, and she came in crying, and her husband was yelling because she wired $30,000 to some guy on the internet.
Man.
And I said, I go, what do you mean? I go, this is the worst thing I've heard all month. She's like, I mean, like, I understand if you're paying for antivirus and maybe you get like hit for $500, like, but how did she wire him 30? She's like, she didn't. She gave him full access to her computer, and they sent $30,000. And I'm like, in what world? Like, how does that happen? Like, who's taking advantage of me, Ma, for 30 grand? And then what happened? Like, I just, like, you hear about the jokes and you see the guy on Twitch do it and you're like, okay, no one actually falls for that. But
Yeah,
for
then
that
you
to
try to
actually
buy like a bottle of cranberry juice at the airport, and Visa goes, "I don't think so, scammer." using your own card at an airport in Vancouver at 9 a.m. and then the same card at an airport in California at 1:30. What are you, some kind of time traveler? I don't think so, man.
Good save, good save, good save. Have you ever had your credit card turned off or you're buying something that you're like, I got why they said it?
Yeah, like
You want to
paying.
share that? Or are you?
Yeah, no. Like paying an invoice via credit card through like Square or something like that. Some like my bank, if it's like a 1 month invoice, my bank's usually like, that's chill. But if it's like a 6 month invoice, then the bank will go like, you obviously, this is fraud. And then I gotta call my bank and be like, it's not fraud, it's a real guy.
And you're like,
It's a real person. Yes, I know that they're named Dracula Fetus. I consent to this transaction taking place.
bam, 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 bam. Do you ever? Okay, last thing, and then I know we gotta go. Do you ever feel like Dracula Fetus looks at Librarian and it has him on like a lipstick list, like in Billy Madison?
No, man. I think that, why pit two goats against each other?
I'm
Plus,
just saying.
Librarian A is not officially affiliated with the channel, and Librarian is making like edited videos off of the primary source. They're doing like, literature reviews. Drac is doing, thumbnails and original art. It's two different things.
Yeah, but Drac used to do like the cartoons.
Well, yeah, but the cartoons is like 10 hours of work for a 30-second video. Librarian is doing like 18 hours of work for like a 45-minute long video.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
They're two different things. They can coexist. Exactly.
Oh, you Watanabe, don't start chirping. I saw you saying so. I almost, Librarian, I almost said something to you because you were sending some -2s towards Ryan, and I'm like, brother, you are gnawing the hand that is just not only feeding you but the next generations of your family. Anyways, no, it was fun, Ryan. I think we'll beat it next time though.
100%, dude. I mean, we're halfway there already, and we've already learned everything you need to learn.
And there's
like
only
most
one way to
games,
go.
it probably gets a lot easier once you get closer to the end.
Oh, I didn't see that. Look, I just was looking at the 3 apples. Look over your left shoulder.
You talking about like the birds?
No, the McDonald's arches were. I think I didn't even see those. All right, man. What are you playing next?
I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out while I pee, I guess.
But are you gonna play some Bazaar? We just love when you play the Bazaar.
I can't. First off, that's nobody in chat. Secondly, the Bazaar is messed up right now because all Pig needs to do is put a hogwash out on the board and they win every time.
All right, Ryan. Have a good weekend, man. It was fun.
Later.
All right, man. See ya.
I don't know why I use my fucked up later voice. Okay, I'm gonna slash marker this. Carry the glass.